in to do the masculine and feminine report. It's echoing here. Hopefully that stops. Okay. I'm going to try it before. Why is it echoing? I'm going to leave it. Let's turn that off. Okay, what was I doing? I really shouldn't be on here. Comments. So the comments should come live if they come at all. Okay, everything's good. Okay. I think we're good to go. So masculine and feminine report is what I'm coming in for here. Got quite a few cards to get through. Hopefully this won't be too bad. We got some spiritual cards, whatever I was guided with the cards, which ones to use, whatnot. So we're going to carry forward here. I got the feminine pile, the masculine. We're going to start with the feminines. I have my coffee and some water, so I'm fully prepped here. Okay, here we go. So this is the feminine pile. So we're going to work our way down. I'm using the Isis deck, Goddess and Sirens deck, color deck, a bunch of them. If you don't know what they are, you can ask. Here we go. So the first card, where did I put my, talk about being prepared. Cartouche, divine names of power. So that's the card there. Just give me a minute. There we go. None of this technical stuff is okay. Give me a second here. I gotta look through names of power. I feel like they're talking about influence here, either in the feminines arena right now. We have people that are highly influential, or we are rising to be of high influence to others at this time, is what I'm getting here. And notice that's like the smudging, right? I feel okay. What they're telling me here is they're going, look at the smudging rising up, and that is like words that are coming. And a smudging is to imply that there's clarity and cleanliness, spiritual cleanliness going on, right? So if we're to really wean this out, then we're talking about words that are rising. Now this here is kind of like the master up here. So if we're talking about people of influence, either there's people of influence around us. The sense that I'm getting, it could be either or both, meaning we may be rising with our words, clear of thought and truth from heart. We may be rising into a person of power in our field here because of the truth that we have held. Now, usually when I do a masculine feminine report, it's highly based on a relationship coming together or trying to get these people to their highest, greatest good. Okay. So the feminines, I feel, are becoming a part of the truth movement here. We're trying to come forward in our truth and speak truth, only that we know is truth, this kind of thing. So it's a very strong feeling I get here with this. These Isis cards are always really highly connected to things that matter, things that are grounded, things that are of deep, deep spiritual nature. So this is what I'm getting. So again, there might be someone we are either communing with or communicating with. Doesn't have to be the divine masculine is what they're telling me, but this could be part of it. But it could be others in our field, whether it's work, just people that we're trying to impress, and by that, in our truth, things are rising. So if we are not speaking truths, we are realizing that that is part of what we need to do to impress the higher ups here, wherever that may sit. I feel as we move on, this will become clear. Okay, so that's your first card sitting there. It's just a high influence spiritually, what's going on. Our words of truth and whatnot are going outward to those that matter. I feel like there's also, they're saying it's being recognized by those of truth. So again, this could be in or out of a relationship. We have words that we are speaking of that are mattering, that are relaying to someone else of a higher vibration, I'll put it that way, making a difference. Okay, so as we get into the feminine cards here, this is from the Goddess and Sirens deck. First card, commitment. That's, yeah, wanting to make commitments is what they said. This one here, so the feminine may be in a way where we want to make a career commitment, we want to make a relationship commitment. We're in a zone of making long-term things, nailing things down in that kind of a way. I feel like this is highly what matters at this time, is to make commitments not only based in the truth that we've realized, but also in solidity outside of us, in truths that we come forth in. Next card, faith. Whoa. So, faith. Give me a minute. Yeah, with a cross behind her, eh? Holy cross. Again, that doesn't necessarily mean religion, but spirituality. Something that drives you beyond just the here and now. The 3D is what they said, beyond the 3D. There's something here that's got to be a belief system to make sense of everything that's going on. Yeah. So a sense of frustration, but hanging on to our faith, commitment to our faith, right? This is coming at this time. Next card, unity. Yeah. Notice how, notice the progression here. When we talk about commitment, we're in just a beaming energy here. And then this one here, talking about faith, is having to fight for our faith. Very pertinent to what's going on today. And this unity is even more of a struggle to fight for this. How pertinent is this? This is what's going on. The feminines are fighting for their faith and unity in the world today. And not only that, they're trying to speak the highest truth that either outside of them they have taken in, or are speaking from their own core truths outward. And nothing else shall pass, is what they said. Nothing else shall pass. We're just not going to speak of things that are not making sense, that are not of our truth or someone else's, that we know to be a fact. This is, so there's something here about not only about all of this intertwined, but the fact that we're taking our morals and our values. This kind of thing is rising in the feminine. They're taking highly into account how much truth means. And even though it doesn't mean to others, it still means to us, and we're hanging tightly to that and having faith that that will carry us through. Wow. Okay. It's heavy duty. Don't mind my cat. She's here in case she starts wandering. Okay. To clarify, on the commitment card, we get fragment. Okay. Whenever we speak to fragmenting, right, of energy, that's breaking up of energy. So this may be where we are having problems at this time, is to make commitments in certain areas. And it may have to do with all of the struggles and the fights that are going on, right? Give me a minute here. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so she's standing here in her power, right? In commitment here. Now, as she does this, I said, this is where we are in the center core of who the feminine is. This is what is meaning most to them. Who do they make commitments to? Who's going to be willing to make commitments to them? And what is a commitment? And, you know, I want it for the long term, this kind of thing. Now, when we expand on that energy, we get this fragment. Now, the first thing they made me feel was this being white and of spiritual. So kind of like white light, spiritual help in this way. We may be on the 3D plane fragmented as to where to put our commitments, whether again in work, whatever area. We may be having a problem, and the sense they're giving me is that we may have spiritual help coming. They go months to come to help us figure it out, but it's a slow road here, is what they're saying. But it will be revealed nonetheless. So the sense of where to put our faith in our unity, I mean, if we bring this right down to a relationship, we may be having a hard time making a judgment on who to make a commitment to. And if we're talking about work, it could be the same thing. Who is going to help me the most, and how are we going to make the best, what is the best unified field here that I can go into, whether it's a relationship or a job. This is what's having a hard time being seen at this point. So that's on top of there. I feel like, yeah, I'm going to do it like that, even though it's hard to see. Okay. Expanding on the faith card, what do we get? Obedience. Yeah, wow. Okay. This can be seen, like if you notice she's carrying the scales of justice with her. And I feel like they are willing to obey as long as it makes sense, logically, morally, there's a balance here that needs to be struck. We're just not going to blindly follow. So there's a sense of this going on. Now, this is to clarify the faith. And I feel like really the first thing they said is we need to obey our faith. We need to the union that is the most important right now is our faith union with us and all that is, meaning not of the 3D realm, that inner knowing. Because once we join, notice how this is in the middle. I always have 3 cards, and the middle is solid. It is the core of everything. Whether I have a pyramid, whatever I work it out to be, this is the third line. It is supported by the outside. These two can fall away quite easily. And it is. The commitment here is fragmenting. Unity, what do we get on that? Playful. Okay. And I feel like that's finding the light within all of this darkness that's going on in our communities. The last last reading I had was masculine, feminine. What else do I do? Energy report. In the energy report I had, where we were talking about getting together with communities, the sense was conjoined, like finding our communities and this is one step further, is like and be of light within those communities. It should be easy and natural to be in a playful mode, right? And we're needing to fight to get together with those. Why? Because everybody's being separated at this time. Now, it's interesting because here we got a heavy influence of violence and whatnot. And we know that's not the way to go, but that's just the energy of what we feel on the inside. We may know more that is not the way to go. The playfulness here is very much in a Zen way. This kitten is just like there's nobody else around, but they're seeing the moon. And it's almost like that's kind of the sense they're giving me, is this is kind of, the feminine getting in touch with the higher realms here and rising their frequency to a point where we can start to go outward and share it with others. Okay, it's a pretty simple concept they're trying to push here, is really to, in order to gain the commitments we want on the 3D earth, we really have to have faith in the connection that we have with our power, and then unite with those around us that are of like mind, frequency, this kind of thing. But at this time, there's a fragmented energy, so we're going to go and see what's under there. So now I have 3 grounded earth These are my, I have above and below cards. These are the below cards. So they really do commit to the energy of things going on the earth. I kind of use them when I'm dealing with work or anybody that wants to know about work or career. So let's see what pops up. So we're wanting to make a commitment here, but we're fragmented. We don't know which way to take the energy. What do we get to expand? The death card, which brings about a scenario here of someone, this is interesting, someone putting their house up for sale. Now, I mean, there's a lot of moving and shaking going on, unbeknownst to everybody. People that not wanting to move, and I'm being one of them myself, not wanting to move from where I was, and boom, okay, suddenly you have to move. And it, pleasant or no, the universe is putting you in areas that you need to be, either to find better connections or just to line up your frequencies. That's it. This is what's happening. So the sense they're giving me here is we may be fragmented at this time, but there is going to be life-changing situations coming about here that are going to create scenarios where, okay, one, this commitment thing is going to take a back seat until we prioritize things of our inner faith, is really what I'm getting. And then once we are more solid within our inner faith and know where we need to go, who do we need to be obedient to, then things on these sides will open up again. Okay, now give me a moment. Yeah, because the sense they're giving me here is this one person's not too happy, right? They're almost in tears. And then one guy's packing and the guys and the kids in the house. And it's kind of like, oh, all of a sudden we got to move. Like, it doesn't seem like anybody's really prepared for this. And that's the sense that I'm getting as well. I mean, I know well, I can be stubborn, and the energies I was working with, they're going, you're moving. I'm like, I'm not moving. I'm going, you're moving. I'm going, I'm not moving. And then I get a phone call and suddenly there's your move. Everything changes, and, you don't want to move, but, things happen. And this is the thing, maybe you're out of a job. You got to move to, now you got move so you can get another job, this kind of thing. So this is what's going on. Now, this is going to, I feel like this is kind of a faded card here to get you away from where we're having problems and put you in a way to solve some of these problems. And then we can go back in a new energy frequency and then solve these commitment problems that we have hanging on the sides, right? Because remember, this is the center, the backbone of the reading here. So we get faith and we get obedience, signifying that we are going to obey our faith, but not without justice here. We want to make sure that everything is balanced and we are not being taken advantage of or listening to things that don't make sense, this kind of thing. What do we get there? Three of Wands. There it is. There it is. There's the news, right? If you look at this card, there's a woman sitting there. She's kind of having, again, I was saying unbeknownst, right? Or maybe I didn't use that word, but there's news coming in. He's delivering the mail. She's kind of unaware. She's just kind of relaxing, chilling, which is good because it's not like the Tower. But it's pertinent information to how she's going to wake up the next day. Could be a job offer. Could be the sense they're giving me is life-changing, path-changing. We may have had a instinct or a direction that we were putting our radar in. Okay, this is what I'm going to do now. Okay, we sold the house. Now I gotta find a new, destination. So that's what she's sitting there mulling things over with. And the Three of Flames is really kind of the sense they're giving me is trying to get fired up about this new direction, even though it's come upon us quite quickly. There's a new direction here, and we're thinking about how to play things out. But this mailman is delivering something here that is going to really change the course of her thought process, because it's behind her back, outside the door. She's not aware. That's the sense they're giving me. But she's fired up and ready to go, but it may not be the direction that she was planning in the, at this point, or planning at this time. Now, Give me a moment. I'm like, is this in line with the spiritual energies? They're going, it is been given. They're going, it's been passed down from the spiritual energies. So, yes. Um, Even though in our mind we want things to go a certain way, we're planning, kind of like making a plan. We're going to be taken off that plan, is the sense I get. We're going to be taken off that route. Okay, we're going left. Now they're going to swerve to the right here. Why? Because there's information coming in, opportunities. It could be a job offer, could be something opening up in a different direction than we just initially planned. So that's right down the center. That does not change, will not change. This is the, and it is justified. They're going, this news that comes in is an opportunity that we're, this is the push that we need to go in the right direction, is the sense they're giving me. Unity, playfulness, again, joining with others of like mind, letting that increase our light, being lighthearted with it, happy and joyful, opening up to that. Wow, we get the sun card on top. I was like, please don't have a negative. There it is, the sun. And that's what it is. It's all about, gathering together with those of your like mind, of your vibration, of your frequency. Those that are making sense to you, gather around those. Work things through in that way. So this is kind of a, like a festive dinner, right? In Canada, we just had Thanksgiving here. So it'd be a symbol of that, or a gathering of sorts with family where we're coming together and everything's high, it's all good. Everybody's happy and playful and joyful. So that's good. So I feel like even though we may be in a position here where we are moving away from something we may have had a high attachment to, we may have had a lot of history with, we may have had connections to. We are going in a way that is going to be better suited. Okay, so I'm going to push these forward and bring the new cards here. So now these are my cartoon cards, I call, but they're divine cards. We're going to go. So on the change, the transition, we're fragmented in what we were doing and are now trying to be set on the right path, or we're still fragmented in that energy and trying to be put on the right path by spiritual energies. Okay, Two of Swords, yeah, unable to make a decision. And this is the fragment. This is, there's something here about a commitment that we want to make, either job or relationship, that we can't seem to, they're going, we're not seeing properly. So again, not from a higher perspective at all. Those above us are seeing things clearly. Again, they're going, it's not going to be too far down the road where we realize things, because we are in our truth. We are in our right. We're illuminated in the right ways. The sense here is most feminines are in this mode where we're truth telling. So this will really get us there real quick. But there is things around us that are not in truth. And this is why we are unable to make decisions. Okay. So our faith, our obedience to the faith, and the new energy that's coming forward in the future here, some news is coming to change the direction or the path that we're taking. 7 of Wands. Ooh, okay. Yeah. They're going, this is the opportunity coming forth that we may be reluctant to take. So whether it's a job offer, we may be in defense, like, oh, wait a minute, I don't know. Like, they're going, there's illusions here. One, the illusions are coming from, this is what they're telling me, the feminine. We're projecting illusions onto this job, relationship, whatever. Too good to be true. Or we see red flags that are not actually red flags. They're going, there's illusions here. And it is due to the fact that, okay, just give me a minute. Yeah. they're They're going, notice how she's turning away from this one here, who's hell-bent on looking at something here and putting up a wall against it. This one here is more relaxed and open. But again, the news is in the background. And then they're showing me oh, you probably couldn't see that. Like how, right? She's facing away from this man who's putting up a wall. So it's almost like there's two sides of the psyche here. One side here that's kind of open to everything, and another side here that when the actual thing comes up in our face, we're like, okay, wait a minute, whoa, this is too good to be true. That's the words they gave me. So right away, our guard's up because we don't think this could happen. You're gonna have to wait, Nico. And yeah, they're going, our faith is going to be we're going to be highly pushing you to take this offer, but our guard is going to be up. Now they're going, look at all the salamanders, they're all going in different directions. This is like the mind. They're going, this is the mind of the feminine, all moving in different directions, because we can't seem to settle on things. Again, our mind it can't be made up. Not trusting is what they said simply. This is from no trust in others around us. Okay, give me a minute. And another thing they're saying is they're going, notice the man behind her. They're saying, what? Okay, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. My cat, she's signaled that she wants to go out, so I have to let her out. Okay. Okay. I'm training her, so I have to let her out. Training her to handshake. Okay, so we were talking about the energies, all three going in different directions. This is the mind of the feminine. And they're also saying about this message coming in. They're going about 25% may already have this information here. And we're just sitting on it because we're in defense. We don't believe it to be true, so we're not taking the opportunity as it comes in. Okay. Next. Now, again, this is down the center, so this is really the most probability of going down this road is this negativity, or not negativity. Sorry, my phone went off. Is the inability, is what I meant to say, to take this opportunity because it's just kind of in disbelief. Not enough facts here. We don't feel we're seeing everything that we need to see here in order to feel balanced and justified in taking it. Okay, next. The sun, playful, again, unity, having union with those around us that are of like mind. We have the Ace of Cups. Well, isn't that interesting? I feel like at this time, okay, yeah, there are a lot of people looking for commitments in love relationships. Okay, they're going, this is about a 50-50 split, meaning 50%, or they're going 55% for union and 55% for other commitments in the way of work or whatnot that are leading the way. So it's split down the middle. But the sense here is that those that are prioritizing work, we're going to work, or family or friends, or those that we're trying to get closer to, there's a high sense of using our yeah, they want to say high heart here. There's a high heart here. Okay, I said it. Sorry. They're trying to push me with a vocabulary that I don't have already here, but of using a higher point of heart is what they're saying. There's a certain area we're just dropping because there's other priorities right now. The priorities may be dealing with others around us that are of a heart-centered nature. Sometimes it's easier when you are looking for love to open up in a friendship way rather than a love relationship way. For some, it's the opposite. But either way, the sense I'm getting here for the feminine I'm reading, it's like we're going to have an easier time opening up to family and friends from our heart. But there's something here in the commitment area. It's just not making sense. We don't feel we have all that we need. There's energy that's fragmented, things that are going off in different directions, and things aren't being dealt with properly, is the sense. Could be on both ends, could be on one end, could be just the timing here is not right to make something happen in that way. Now, again, there's a defensive stance coming from the feminine. That would signal to me, yes, a problem here of getting together. If we have a defensive stance against something or someone, that's going to be a problem. Next, Ace of Cups coming in here with the Sun and playful unity. That's all, to me, signifies a sense of community within those around us of a platonic nature, more platonic. We're finding it's easy to open our heart and unite with friends and whatnot. And this is where the universe is pouring all of that energy into. And then they're gonna, and then when you commune with people and then get your vibe high so you can play, and the unity is just gonna continue to grow. So I feel like for some that are in their truth here, they may feel like they are ill at ease to make decisions in a heavily romantic way. So therefore, focusing on community and friends and those of like-minded vibration in order to relay that heart-centered feeling outward. Well said. So there's that. Now, as we keep going down the line here, lots of energy. Okay, too many cards. Too many cards. Two of Swords. Okay, again, fragmented energy. So kind of all messed up on this end, but again, it's an end that we can take off. And I feel like part of the feminine, yeah, they're going, part of the feminine is just in resistance to dealing with this at all because we've not made any headway. We've not made any transforming decisions here. We can't make decisions, or we're made decisions that don't have any production come from it. So we're just dropping certain areas. As we go there, Two of Swords, what do we get? Seek your destiny. Yeah. And even though some people may look at a partnership as a destined path, I feel like the destiny is what's going to really rise from the water to the feminine. Again, I feel like the feminine's focus is over here. The universe is going to pull them 90 degrees over here. Look over here. They're trying to get their attention off of what they've been dealing with, not making any progress, to something else that they're going to, and I feel like that's where their destiny's waiting. Again, some people have this information already, and they're just in refusal of it. Now, what's happening with those? Love that you are different. And they're going, not only are we different, but this offer is different. This whole scenario is different. This is why it's not sitting very well, right? This dude, he's all mixed up, right? He's got wings, he's got a tail, he's got everything, but he's cute. And he's sitting there in his destiny. I get a secure sense of identity within this, but nonetheless, and then we got these mushrooms, hey, and that's a high sense of spirituality, a sense that this one here is looking closer at themselves and going, okay, this is a weird situation I'm in. I got some weird offers coming in. This is different. Maybe there's an inability to accept things because it's so different. Okay, this is what they're making me feel. I can't accept this because it's just kind of wacky, right? Because they got wings and we got everything. And look at they're going, the leaves are fall leaves. They're already on the ground. So this is the timing. They've got it lined up here. But there is an energy, even those that are aware of this, there is an energy here that things need to change. And the universe is helping because their destiny is involved here somehow, some way. But knowing that you're different And this is a different scenario that needs to be understood, is being understood, this kind of thing. So along the lines of opening up our heart center to those beside us, it may not be heavy romantic relationships, but those that are in our sphere, they're going to see the truth. I feel like this is highly something that matters to the feminine. They're wanting to speak the truth, deal with the truth, da da da. Again, this is the part of things where they're having a bit of a fragment here. They're speaking their truth from what they see as it, but outside of them, there's things going on that they can't quite make sense of. And this is the owl. See the truth and seek your destiny. I feel like those cards are spiritual cards, or those are your guides and whatnot. They're going to illuminate the truth to you in the highest sense through your instinct. Again, if we're not using our instinct, we're behind the 8-ball. Seek your destiny, because they're going to lead you to the truth, and the truth is going to lead you to your destiny. And we have to know that this is not anything that we've dealt with in the past. That's really what they're getting through here, is we're going to be different. We are different for it. We have transformed. We have. But these different things coming at us, this is what we can't deal with at this time, or some people are in rejection of, or in defense of, or not believing it to be true. Okay, we're going to move down one more row here into my geometry cards. First one, on the fragmented energy of commitment here that wants to be taken. There's a destiny having to do with a commitment here. We get the dodecahedron. 12s can be significant. 12 December is the 12th. That's the closest 12 I see here. Talking about ascension, and ether is the element. Give me a minute here. Yeah, they are making a reference to the December month. So we may be ascending over the month of December, where this is where we are going to see more clearly what we need to do, because they're referencing back to this Two of Swords. They're going, after the 12th, we'll be able to make a decision. We will no longer be blind. And these are things that are not going to be on the grounded 3D earth. This having to do with ether, having to do with our instinct, but we're going to feel it more highly. We're going to be able to make a decision because our instinct is going to be more highly driven than what's on the 3D earth that's confusing us, this kind of thing. Okay. I feel like that's kind of the solution here is, dodeca, ethers. It's going to be subtle, but yet it's going to be increased to a degree that it kind of can't be avoided. The instincts can be so high, can't be avoided. Okay. Middle of the road here, we're talking about our faith, the obedience of faith to go forward. 7 of Wands is defense here. We don't believe things are the way that they are, maybe too good to be true syndrome, or not knowing our worth within all of it. Ooh. This is my descent into darkness. Give me a minute. I got to pull 3 cards here. Yeah, they're going, that's the start of it, is blocking off everybody and everything. That's the opposite of what we want you to do, to gather to community and get, celebratory with it. So there's a little bit of the devil coming out in us and blocking against things that are good for us. Okay. Love that you're, just give me a minute. They want to reference these two. I just let you out. You're not coming back in. Five and 2 is 7, and that's a lucky card. And they're going, that's signifying that's all in you. That's all in you, feminine. You are different, and we have to realize our worth. This has to do with self-worth. And that's what's locking us out, because we don't feel, we don't feel we deserve it. Is it that simple, please? Oy. hear this over and over. We don't deserve it. It's like, damn rights, I deserve it. Give me my prize. Let's go. But some of us are still deep down in this energy, not able to accept things because it's too good to be true. There's no such thing. If we know our worth, it's our worth, right? Okay, what's this way? So anyway, there's news pivoting. More news coming in the future. I feel by December, there's going to be either a higher instinct of where to go or a higher instinct of what is going on here in that way. Complex rectangle, I do feel, well, I just gave out the feed, there's dark energies coming in here over the month of October. May have a hold of some of these feminines at this time. I know I dip into it and I try and pull myself right back out, because any little thing you can watch, like a little video on YouTube, and then it'll get you depressed, and then boom, there you are. You're in that negative energy. Or you could do the exact same opposite and watch, puppies and kitties and laugh, and then go, skipping off into the sunset, and it can pull you back up. But you got to be aware of what it is and what's going on here, because there's something pulling. We got to watch where our faith sits too, right? Again, obedience to a faith, but is it justified? Okay, some might be in darker energies, faithful to something that is not for our highest good. Okay, next. Unity, where do we get there? Icosahedron, talking about 20s, transformation in water. Okay, this is the second reference to water they're making here. Give me a minute. 20. So by the 20th of December, right before Christmas, yeah, there's going to be a clearing of energies, what they're showing me for the feminines. They are really going to, and it may be, around Christmas time, there's a vibe. The community vibe gets high. It really does get high. And I don't know, it's every year it happens, no matter. I mean, you can overpower it with something that happens, but for the most part, there's a high point here. And they're showing me that. They're showing me around the 20th, this person is just filled with the sparkle and, light of Christmas time, and being enveloped in that energy of community and people singing and people gathering together, this kind of thing. See the truth. The truth is that we are loved, we are lovable, and we can love quite highly. Whether it's whether it's in a community or within a union, like a personal union, playful. Yeah, it's to be a little more playful. We may have some feminines here getting pulled down by dark energy and having a hard time getting into the swing of things with wanting to take them out of society. Okay, just let me walk this down here. They're trying to ascend the female. She's going quite well, but the decisions, right? We can maneuver quite easily when it comes to certain areas, but there's some areas where we just will not take our instinct. I feel like this is the personal area. We get mixed up, we get fragmented. We want to end things, we want to start things, we want to go but we're not making progress in this area. The sense they're giving me. So now we're going into the darkness to search for answers. I'm sorry, but this is what they're giving me. So we got to have faith in the fact that at this time, because they're going, we understand our time and your time are not succinct. They're going, but at this time we see chunks, and then they get downloads of emotion. This is not the right time to do what we want to do here. So we got to get you off what you've been focusing on and move you in a different direction. This is what the universe is going to do over the Christmas time. And then just before Christmas, around the 20th, you're going to get an epiphany in and around that date. Okay? Where suddenly, because we've distracted ourselves from the bumper car, like I say bumper cars, meaning we keep bumping our head against something and we're not making progress. So why don't we give our head a break and go over here and go where we're not bumping cars, where there's something else going on. So we introduce that flow energy, suddenly the movement's going, and then we go back with the flow energy and see what we can do there. Or we get pulled in another direction because they're going, maybe we have another direction to go to. There it is, right there. Okay, the overall color. I was going to do the animal cards. They wanted the colors to come out. So the overall color here we get is green. Oh, wow. Because that right away, look at it. Look at it. Fresh new growth. Green. Revitalize your nervous system. 3 and 1 is 4. That makes me feel good right there. Yeah. This is what it is. We're stuck in old energy, maybe old relationships, maybe old job, or hung up in energy where we feel stuck. And this is the universe saying, we got new growth. We got new, look how this makes you feel. And not only that, that's your heart center wants to open. And if we're closed in another direction, move away from that, please. Move away from those things that are shut down and go in a direction where they're open. If the relationship ain't working, go to your community, your job. People are loving and caring there. Go there. Make connections there. And then you'll be redirected, because there may be, just a block here forever and ever. Amen. Or there just may be a block here that you just cannot make progress here now and in the 3D. So the green is the new flow that they want. And notice how it's right on top of the unity, the playfulness, the transition of light that wants to happen in the heart center. That's where the energy sits. Okay, so that's green. They're wanting new refreshing energy for the feminines, and it's going to happen over the Christmas season. Reluctant. I feel the feminines are very highly in a mode where they are focused on something, not making progress, but refusing to remove themselves from it. Universe is going to remove you. Okay, or distract you and get you going in another direction. Now, the overall energy we started with was cartouche, divine names of power. Again, people of influence. So that may be how it comes about. That may be the new growth that comes. We may have a person of authority, either in a job or community, that kind of pulls us in another direction that is within our truth, because they're going, this is totally aligned with truth over here. Moving towards being with those of like mind. Sun, the Ace of Cups, how much more better can you get? Playful energy, truth and awareness, transformation happens. So we're going out of the dark and into the light is really, if we can. Okay, that was an hour. Boom. Okay, that's just feminine. That's what's happening. Okay, so move on to the masculine energy. Holy, I'm sorry, guys, but yeah. I need a drink. Okay, so the masculine energy, what the heck are they up to? If I go by the feminine alone, it's got to signify that there's a block there, that they're not making progress either. So let's go. Okay. The Isis card, Temple of the Carnelian, entering a fierce belly of Sekhmet. Interesting. Because the sense they're giving me here, this is a feminine, by the way, and a lioness, right? So the beginning of power, coming into their power. We may have some masculines here coming into power. Carnelian is a very healing gemstone. It is of self-worth, self-identity, self-power. So I feel like the masculines are ironically coming into their power. Yeah. I'm saying ironic because I would not have guessed it from the energy that the feminine carries, but maybe it's not just focused on the masculine or a partnership. Maybe it's focused in a work area. Okay. So there, Temple of the Carnelian. Give me a minute. Getting centered is what they said. We're centering ourselves in our power and in our light, aligning with light. Yeah. Well, good stuff. Okay. Maybe the masculine's going to fall ahead this week. Ooh, we have the death card. We had the death card there, but here it's way up front. So there's an ending here or transformation that has happened here. And something that aligned us with the ability to see our truth clearer. So this could be a relationship, this could be work, could be something that ended that drastically made us take and like autopsy our lives and go, okay, whoa, what do I want? What have I been in and where do I want to go? This kind of thing is the transformation I feel. This is very just like his, it's kind of stoic in here. The picture of him is kind of stoic because he hasn't lost all his power, lost a bit of it, but he's standing in his power here. And there's also a spiritual power that is shown here from the line. Is kind of, to me, they're giving me the energy that this is our backing, our spiritual backing. Even though we are not facing them, it is there nonetheless. And it is looking out for our path forward. Okay, so there's your death card. The transition, highly in transition. Yeah, that's a ram's head. They're making me take note of that. He's wearing a ram's head and he's got a ram's head on his, yeah, like fiercely going forward, but almost like, are we aware we're protected? This is what they're going. It's like we got the dogs to protect us, but if we knew we were protected, we would not need the dogs. They're making me aware of this. So we may be going forward in a bit of a, how do you say, false front. We may have a bit of a bravado that we're leading with here as we move forward. So we may have an explosion of energy that is preceding us. Okay, hopefully we'll make sense of that here. Discovery, yeah. Look at the colors on these cards. These two here. The blue I'm noticing in the gray wash. And here there's more green. This guy's after something. There's an ending that happened here. He's quite, he's guarding himself quite harshly on the 3D, meaning he's trying to protect himself. So his things, people around him, or his own person, he's trying to protect quite highly what he's either built up or whatnot. But there's also something he is seeking for outside of what he's come from. They're going, notice how he's in water up to his knees, and notice how the water is coming out. Again, in the last energy report, talking about the water rising within everybody. So they're making me aware the masculine is using his emotional center, or the emotional center is rising to discover things here for the masculine. Okay. We may have had an ending here. Okay. They're showing me, they're going, okay, you're going to have to watch the last report. But anyway, this death card, he's not in water. And if we were to reference my last reading, we're sitting in the tub with our boots on and there's no water. This is the ending. Okay. Now, the universe has come in and is emotionally waking these males up, is the sense that I'm getting. Now they're halfway in it, right? Because I was explaining, what's the universe coming in? And we're coming in, we're going to fill the tub. Well, look at him. He's half full and the water's still running. And this is the universe bleeding it out, right? And that's our heart center. The feminine is having a hard time staying afloat because they're over processing, or not over processing, but they're overflowing with emotion to a degree that we're getting pulled into the dark side. Here, there's the discovery of new emotional centers, and then we're going to go outward within that. Okay, here we go. Getting the wave. Okay, the next card. Communication. Okay, so this is good. So we had an ending here that was quite pertinent to finding what it is that we want forward. Communication. We're going to try and communicate to what it is we're looking for, to discover what it is that we want, and we're going to make communication to that once we find it. Because our emotions are rising within the masculine. The emotions are rising in order for us to know, yeah, that's what I want. Or, this makes me happy. What is it that I feel? Well, we may not have done that in the past. Okay. On top of the death card, what do we have? Forbidden, 18. Okay. So they're expanding on the energy that they're going completely halted. We've completely halted this energy. It's something that we put to an end, or was put to an end. We're backed against a corner. It's ended. There's something here that was forbidden, or was something that we know we shouldn't have done. Yeah, they're going. It's something we never should have gotten into in the first place, but we went there. Now we put an end to that. Okay, I'm not going to go no further. 8 and 1 is 9. It's coming to completion. We may not be completely disconnected from that energy, but we're highly aware that it needs to go. And there just may be a few more things that we got to tweak in order to shut that door completely and lock it. They're going, it's shut, but we got to lock the door so there's no going back. And that has to do with something that the masculine holds within himself. Now, maybe addictions, maybe a relationship period that kind of pulled us in ways where just tempting, right? Going in ways that is just slapping people's fingers. So that is coming to an end. Okay, so next card, discovery. What are we trying to discover? Yeah, love. That's the universe is filling them up with emotion so that we know where this love sits. That's really what it is here. And they can discover it. They may not have had in the past. In fact, this was an area that now really doesn't make sense to us anymore. They're going, pull those cards further away, please. Because energetically, there's a frequency it wants to magnetize, but we got to pull it away. We got to have every single example reject that, because the highly addictive, so maybe drugs, maybe alcohol, maybe the scene, right? The mingling and the superficial things that kind of feed us, but they're not really feeding us. They're pulling us under. So the discovery here is the emotional center, again, being led by the divine into their love direction. Why? To bring us to the communication area. We're going to start communicating to those that we are feeling a higher presence with. What do we get there? Individuality. What do you know? So this is very much about coming into your own. This is the one with the bird. Little bird coming in your ear. I always say that that's spiritual energy. That's your connecting with your intuition, because whenever you're high in love, you really can connect to the right side of your intuition. You may have been connecting with what you thought was intuition in the past, just may have been that dark side. So now we're in eclipse. There's something here about the discovery, not only of love and what it is and the feeling of it, but something outside of us that connects in this way, in a loving way. Because we can go from our heart being cemented, because right here she's really holding that heart, but it's a rock. They made when I read through the book, they made a point of saying that is hard. It's a rock. So we don't want to be in a form where we are, where our heart is like a rock. We want it soft and pliable and able to absorb things. So it's a warning not to let our heart go hard. And then the communication on the individuality. Give me a minute. Yeah. Okay, they're telling me. They're going, look, notice how the color's the red. And they're going, look, this guy's looking like, and this one's conveying. It's like either we got an instinct about someone or someone's got an instinct about us. And there's chatter, either wanting to go back and forth, or we may be using our friends to filter. Because the sense they were giving me is this could be a friend going, this guy likes you, or this guy's talking about you and and wants to know about you. like trying to get people together through friends or again through instinct, depending. So there's communicate because this masculine himself wants to communicate, wants to go forward. He may be communicating with others to try and get to a person that he loves. Okay, this may be part of that. Okay, as we move forward, the grounded earth cards, the below cards, very much on the grounded 3D earth. We have the death card, the death of the forbidden. We knew we shouldn't have gone there. We went there anyway, got caught up in some addictive behavior. We're trying to distance ourselves from it. We have not put the last hammer down. What do we get there? Oh, this card, sorry. The hangman, yeah. So because they're going, push that away, keep it away because we may not quite be leaving this energy that we need to leave. And the sense that they're giving me is that we're just not going to have success in this future area until we completely isolate from that. So there's a sense of not wanting to leave that is forbidden for whatever reason. Okay, the discovery of love we have here, trying not to make our heart grow hard. I don't want to say that too raunchy, huh? 5, the Emperor. Oh, isn't that interesting? They got another date here. They're making me aware of October 31st. Well, we know what that is, Halloween here. But this is the Emperor card. And this woman, right? Because these are my kind of like my work cards, below cards. She's busy making appointments, and she's got an appointment on October 31st. So we may either have a situation here where we may be meeting up with people on the 31st. We may be going out with people on the 31st. Give me a minute. Yeah, again, see, this is communicating with someone, a third party, in order to get something together. We might be planning a party in order to invite someone we like, care about. We might be, setting something up. We may be in love with someone or have the trappings of love starting, the feelings of love starting to a degree. It's like, okay, you know what? Let's get when's the next holiday? When can we celebrate next? And October 31st. Okay, that's coming up pretty quick here, lickety split. So they're going, okay, let's do a party on the 31st, get this person there, and let's get motoring. This is what's going on. They have found love in their area, and they're wanting to get forward and get someone, but they're going, it's a third party, but not the way you think. It's a third party, like a friend that's going to tell that person, come, so that we can, right? Cupid, playing Cupid. So taking charge and setting up a meeting zone so that we can get together with it. This is kind of scheming in the right way to find love. Okay. On the communication. Yeah, there it is. Queen of Pentacles. Look at, there's the two of them together. So somehow they're going to set something up where they actually physically meet with this person and then schmooze with them and quite highly connect. The Queen of Pentacles is quite grounded, right? These two, they're just having a walk in the park kind of thing. And maybe she's picking vegetables out of the garden and it's all kind of casual. So it really does sing to introductory energy. Okay. They're showing me, they're going, notice these red flowers. Those are a sign, red is a sign of passion. And they're going, look how cool and calm he is on the outside. So that's also a signal here that he may have a lot more emotion than he's initially showing off to her. Nonetheless, proud as punch to be with her. Has a lot of passion for her that he is hiding quite well. But they have a great time together. Yeah, he's very grounded, very aware. Yeah, they're going, just look at the card because this man is cool as a cucumber, but those flowers signify that's the lineup of passion. How many flowers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 flowers. Is that a joke? 8 flower, like infinite passion. Okay, infinity, right? And she's just, yeah, oh, how are you? I'm great. Yeah, let's go look over there. There's a tree. Let's go sit in the bench and talk. Okay, I'm grand. It's cool, it's collected, but I feel like the masculine's feeling a lot of passion here because he's discovering love in areas he just never felt before, didn't have a capacity for before, and he's stoked that he's now going to be able to communicate. And there's a reason now. I got your, let's exchange numbers, start to like you. We're going to be able to communicate on the regular. So this is making him happy. This is what I'm getting. And he's like, he ain't taking his eyes off of it. He's well aware of the connection here. And even though he's cool and calm on the surface, he's very attentive to her, is the sense you're giving me. Okay, next level. This is good. This is better than the feminine reading, which is weird, but whatever. Okay, the hangman, the forbidden energy that is trying to end within the masculine. We get the hermit. They're trying to go inside and figure out what it is. This can also signal a sadness or an emotional blockage that we're trying to release. But usually when the hermit, when we go in there, it doesn't take us long to figure out what's going on. We come back out with more wisdom. This is the sense they're giving me. So there may be a hang time here where we have to kind of isolate from people and realize what the hell we did here and how it affected us, and come out with the wisdom that we need to gain from it to finally close and lock that door behind us. Okay, the emperor in love, making, scheming to get together with the partner through a party is the sense that they're giving me, or getting someone else to set up something like a coffee date or whatever if we're on the low key, or as high key as like a big celebration that we're having and that person's invited. Okay, so in the love direction, what do we get? The chariot, the emperor, the chariot, love, discovery. So this amps up this guy into an area where he's gonna go quite quickly towards what it is that he has discovered in a love kind of way. Yeah, we sparked. This is going to start. What they're showing me is that you start growing leaves around it and softening it, right, with the earth energy, because it is on earth. We have found what we were looking for, and now we're going to move, boldly forward as well. The emperor is not only a take charge attitude, but it's this person just really being driven to go forward to this other person that they found so much love in. No, next. Eight of Swords. Now we have to end on this card for this rule. We may have some stress about how to deal. Give me a minute here. Okay. They're going, this has to do with all this past energy. We may have a past here of something that we feel like we don't want this person to know. And that's creating havoc. That's the distance. They haven't got enough distance from it, is the sense they're giving me. But nonetheless, and I feel like this is an addictive thing. So it could be maybe we're just loose sexually addicted and we had a lot of partners, and those partners are kind of just really fresh off the market here. So they, we haven't got enough distance from them, or things that we did that we just haven't got enough distance from. It's just too fresh that we just put ourselves in bad situations and we're not far enough removed from it, is the sense they're giving me. So we may have, right? We're springing forward to this new energy, but we're nervous about what they could find out about us, and it may jeopardize the relationship as we go forward. Be careful with karma here. Okay. Forbidden energy. What do we get? Honor Gaia. Okay, this is usually can be about honoring the earth, respecting the earth, being grounded in your surroundings. I feel like that is it. Like they're showing me someone walking in nature, like either slowing your life down. If this is the energy here, this forbidden energy, we may have been a partier. We may have been just going out and carousing, and this card here is signifying like a need to slow it down, commune with nature and let nature heal you in that kind of way. The Hermit, right? Going by yourself in nature, this would be good for you. Next row here, frantically moving forward, this Emperor has some plans to bring love into his life. Trust in magic. Sorry. This can be dicey if you're on the wrong side of the tracks, but nonetheless. Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing like that, but it's like I think what it's trying to say is to have hope in the better side. Just focus on the new way forward. And then before you know it, you get more distance from all the things that were bad. And that's the magic, is just focus and redirect. Because the focus card came out for the masculine, it fell out. I threw it back in and said, well, if you want to come out and be heard, but that's the sense they're giving me now, is if we just focus on the direction that we want to go and leave the part that we are not happy with our past, or something here that didn't go right, we just really need to redirect our focus. And then magic can happen when we do this and we exclude all else. If we know where our trip ups are, we just exclude that. I know it sounds easy for some, and it is. It can be. So trust in magic, it will be there for you. And we have some not only speed but travel going on here in order to see this person. Okay, communication, individuality, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. Again, stress about things in our past that might jeopardize our present. Embrace the masculine. This is interesting. That could be, I think for a minority, that could be same-sex relationships. But for the most part, I feel like it is within the masculine self, embracing that kind of that emperor within you, embracing the energy of taking charge, taking control, and moving forward in the direction you want. All the cards are here to make great progress, but our fear of our past is really haunting us from moving forward. So that's just really not going to create and you have to embrace the masculine in order to overcome this. So weaker energy here than I see here. I see a partnership potential, but they're going, some may not ever get there because they're in fear of what their past can do. If you are truly removing yourself from that energy, you go forward confidently. You wake up the next day, you refresh your energy. You could have made a mistake yesterday. It doesn't mean you have no tomorrow. This is what they're saying. We make the decision from tomorrow and forward to do different. And that is creating a new way forward. We just get rid of that. Because it just is, our past is haunting us to a degree. We're allowing it to create fear. And also, we're allowing it to stop love from coming in, is really what I'm getting here. Okay. There's magic in the air, though, and it has to do with about movement and taking charge in a love direction. That's the magic. Now, let's get into the geometry cards. Sorry, guys, but intense. Honor Gaia. We get air. Yeah, curiosity, perception. So, what they're showing me like hang gliding. People don't take this literally, but people jumping on, what do you call that? Thrill seekers. Doing things, going in a balloon, literally going in a balloon and seeing from a higher perspective. This could be something. We got curiosity and perception as words I attached to this. Air is about the things of the mind. It can be about communication. It can be about clear thinking. I feel like over this time, I feel like we're in the hangman right now, is what I feel. These masculines are kind of hanging, because they don't know, they know where they want to go, but they're in fear, because if they get there and their past comes back to haunt them, they're going, either we make a decision to remove ourselves from our past, or we make a decision to stay in it, and therefore we cannot go forward. to where we want to go. So that's a decision we truly have to make. And once it's made, we keep walking in the same direction. We don't go back. Again, seems simple, but they're showing me, literally getting out into the air, people hang gliding, like flying in those weird planes, like, and with the boats that pull you over the water, all this stuff, air. Someone here I might be just picking up on some of the masculine energies that are thrill seekers, and it's like this may give you an what do you call it, exhilaration that brings about a different perspective, kind of that thrill seeking behavior. So honor Gaia, get out into the fresh air and see if that doesn't help you see things from a higher perspective, or literally go do up in a plane and be above, and let that higher perspective energy wash over you, like you are of higher. It's almost like they're trying to say we are of higher vibration than we think. We can see from a higher perspective than we give ourselves credit, this kind of thing. Okay, so on top of the magic, the emperor, the love, the discovery of love, the magic in the air, it's this one. We get green, hope, heart, and healing. Maroon, control, ambition, and zest. So again, watch your control issues if you have, if you can assess that within you. There is a zest here for life, but it is being squelched by this fear of moving forward. Yeah, everything you want's on the other side of fear. If you stay in fear, you don't get what you want. You get what is thrown at you. So trust in magic, hope, heart, healing. Like they're going, how this thing grows in a spiral upward and onward. This is like they're going, take that as inspiration. In nature, everything grows in a certain frequency, and that's a lot of these cards, they have that. It's the I don't know if you can see it in here, that circle, right? The Fibonacci, and the ratio that everything turns, everything in the world is connected in this way. And a minute to connect back to that energy. They're going, yes, this is how we swirl out of our negative cycle, because we're really growing and evolving. And in order to grow and evolve, we have to outgrow that little spiral in the center. We have to go out of it and start, expanding. And this is what they're trying to get to with the masculine energy. Okay, again, they're trying to get him to jump into his masculine energy and take charge here. Now, on top of that, we get Metatron's cube. Look at this. That's, all the tools. You have all the tools you need to succeed here. To create the magic, you have it all. But there's something limited in our brain, the way we think that we may think we don't have all the tools. We may think we can't do it. We may think just fear is really holding these masculines back. Okay. The color card. It's simple. They have to take control, grab their kahunas, whatever you want to call them, and move forward. What do we get here? We get a turquoise. Awaken your empathy. 3 and 4. 7. Yeah, awakening. This is the very. Is this water? It kind of looks like water. Kind of looks like smoke. Could be either. It's calm. To me, it's calm, cool, collected energy, and they're going, self-esteem can sit well here, and it doesn't have any when you have an ego, there's an impression that you push energy outward, and they're going, this is peace, where we just sit and ooze it. We just ooze peace. We don't push energy outward. That's what they're going here. We need to take time to do this within ourselves, right? Our perspective of ourselves, because we do have all the keys here. This is really a card that comes out when there's lessons. Do we need to learn lessons? Yes. Have we learned the lessons? Yes. Do we need any more lessons to go forward? They're going, no, they're all in our trick bag. We've got them all. So all we have to do is go forward in our power because we've earned it already. But because somebody either convinced us that we don't earn it, we didn't earn it, or we don't have the tools, or we ourselves are holding ourselves back. Something wrong here. And it all all revolves around this card. And what's connected? The masculine energy is just stepping into your masculine power, which is when innate with you. Maybe some masculine healing here that just needs to be done to get over our fear. And then you can awaken your empathy, and then you can move forward. I feel like that's, I was talking about the feminines being in an energy of, the 20th of realization. I feel like for the masculine, it's really understanding. It is the empathy. That's what the universe is going to work on you for. Open your empathy to make the decisions more clearly. If we put ourselves in another's shoes, how do we see from there? They're wanting to eclipse this fear and put the masculine in with focus and drive where he wants to go. They're showing me. Go where you want to go. This is where you want to go. You want to be in a partnership where we have all that passion growing and a partner to unload it on. And we have an individual here that we want to come forward to, but we may not have made communications as of yet. There are plans here, but they're saying just move forward and be confident in that energy and take charge, because the love will be there. And that's the discovery that they wanted you to see all along, and trust in magic, because that's how we're really, I'm getting a feed here. The masculine is feeling like not lackluster, like they feel like they don't have the tools, and they're going, no, everything's right there. It's all there. That's all the tools you need. Metatron's cube is complete, and it activates forward. So anyway, okay, the Temple of Carnelian, again, is self-esteem. So it's coming into, when I first started on the reading, they're coming into that power, so they just have to believe it, and therefore they can go forward in their truth. And that's really what it is that lion needs to kind of awaken. And even though this is the feminine, this is the spiritual part of them is awakening, is the sense I get. And then through that, they have all the tools they need to go forward. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Okay. So that's your reading. Wow. I had to come in. I said, yeah, I got to stop making promises. Come in tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and I got shit to do. So, how did I do that? So yeah, there's your masculine and feminine report. Is quite detailed, and I was, yeah, I'm gonna slow down and talk cleaner and whatever. But when they give me a lot like that, I gotta spit it out so fast that I just don't want to miss a detail, because sometimes I walk over things and then I get to the end of the reading and I'm putting timestamps off, and I'm like, yeah, right there I had a thing that I was gonna say and I didn't say it. Whatever. But yeah, so they're saying take the colors, green and turquoise. Yeah, these are the two cards here, green and turquoise. Very refreshing energies, These are the two colors. The green, the feminine is coming into a new growth here in the heart, and the masculine is coming into a tranquil, how would you say, strength within himself. They're growing into that strength in order to come forward to the feminine, masculine, whatever. And then the feminine is trying to grow into a renewal of, I feel like the feminine is trying to accept energies, trying to be able to accept the energies in. And the masculine's trying to be able to push, to get the courage to push it outward. So it's just really from above. That's the magic, right? That's where's the that's they want me to say. Okay, just give me a minute. That's the magic, is that energy of, what we're putting the feminine in the priority of renewing and getting ready to receive, and then we're putting the masculine in an energy of getting ready to put out. So this is where the magic can happen, because once they get into that energy field where they're headed, where they're being guided, and where they have all the tools at this time, they have the tools for this. This was happening. Okay, boom, there it is. Wow. Take care, guys. Okay, so on the 20th, I have my next live show. I always put my announcements at the end so that I don't gum up too much in the beginning. So that will be open to healing. So if you want a healing, let me know then. If you want a reading, let me know. I'll probably just, whatever comes up, we'll deal with it. And that's about it. So around the 20th of the month, from the 20th to the 22nd, depending on the day. I don't like to book on Mondays, weekends, or Fridays. So anytime in there is when I'll book it. So that will be that. So it'll be that way. And if I get enough of a following where we have a good mix of healings, then I'll separate into a healing night and a tarot night. But for now, I'm just going to leave it both at one, because it's just not enough interest at this point. Or I haven't really set out the pace, really. I haven't really, people don't know I'm going live, So I'm going to try and do this. I am in now, and I'm going to be in shortly. Next week, I'll be starting the, what do you call that? The horoscopes. I'll be doing that live probably. I don't know. I don't have time for editing, so I'm not going to go over it. But anyway, I'll be doing those horoscopes soon, next week. And then anybody that wants to contact me, feel free. I will be trying to remember to post my email below. Contact me there and I'll figure out what we can do. I don't have a lot of options for payment. Like, I have none. So we have to figure out if you're local or Canadian or non-Canadian. And then I'm going to try and figure out ways that see if we can actually do that and accomplish that. So take care, guys. Have fun and be kind. And we will talk to you soon next week. We'll be doing the horoscopes.